the first thing that I wanted to point out was this thread that I got kind of tangled up with. Can you guys see it fine? Let me move that over just a little bit more for you guys. Okay, you guys should be all set. Okay, so yesterday, or I guess that was technically this morning, actually. It's been such a blur, I don't even remember when I've tweeted things. But I said, guys, all right. A little backstory. There was a bunch of politicians on the left who, the whole Sri Lanka thing that happened yesterday, they decided to post about it, and they would say things like, this is, our hearts reach out to the Easter worshippers in Sri Lanka and things like that. They wouldn't actually say Christians, because apparently saying Christian is a no-no. It's a no-no. So, I was like, this morning, I was like, guys, I have something really serious to tell you. This has taken a lot of courage for me to come out and tell you this. I am no longer a Christian. I am now an Easter worshiper. It was very brave of me to come out and say that. I know. It takes a lot of courage to come out and say something like that. To really just be honest with yourself and be honest with everyone else around you. Thankfully, I had a lot of support on that. I had a lot of people supporting me for my new life decisions. And it was great. It was great. But Richard, good old Richie Rich, he had to come at me. All right. And this is a guy that I totally did not recognize who he was. But then I remember that when I made my Brie Larson picture where I scribbled over her face, he decided to whine and cry about that for a good bit. So I remember him from that. But he decided to say about my post, he said, Good, cause you're... All right, let me start over.
Good, cause you certainly were a sucky-ass Christian.
Okay, so, Richard, good old Richie boy. I don't know if he's a Christian or not, but he says talent is God-given, be humble, fame is man-given, be grateful, conceit is self-given, be careful. And from this, I kind of was like, okay, this guy, he seems like he might be a Christian. I don't know. So I wasn't quite sure how to talk to him during this. I wasn't sure if I should talk to him in more Christian lingo or more just kind of, everyday type of lingo or not or whatever. So I was like, I love it when people think they know everything about my life and jump to stupid assumptions when I don't know who they are. You must be a prophet. Because apparently he knows everything about me, and he knows that I'm a sucky ass Christian. I'm a horrible Christian. Horrible. And then he said,
ever heard of treat others like you want to be treated? Well, you treat so many people like shh. So I treat you like shh.
I'm not going to say the word because I don't want to get demonetized on this video. And then I was like, okay. Who do I treat like exactly? And I don't know if you're a Christian or not, but treating me like because apparently I treat others like is highly hypocritical of you. And so I was basically asking him, okay, show me the evidence. Show me the evidence. And of course he doesn't show me any evidence. He just says,
I watched some of your crappy-ass videos, and speaking about being a prophet, isn't that how you act all the time? Making videos and acting like you know about people you know absolutely nothing about? Look in the mirror if you want to see hypocrisy.
And so I was like, wow, nice examples you gave me. Good job, Richie. The difference is, I take actual evidence and speak about the evidence. I don't read into other people's lives beyond the facts I have before me. You won't see me saying something about Chris Pratt's Christian life beyond the things he says. So basically what I'm trying to explain to him here is that, I remember this at this point that he was one of those Brie Larson defenders and stuff, and so he was very upset at me when I made the poster scribbling over her face and stuff, and he apparently has seen some of my
crappy ass videos,
So I'm assuming that's probably some of the Brie Larson ones where I have some critiques about Brie Larson. And so I was like, okay, well, what I do, I just take what they give me, and I make a video about it. Okay? When Brie Larson opens her mouth and talks, I make a video about what she's saying. I don't make videos talking about what she does in her personal life. I don't make videos talking about who she is beyond what she's actually saying. I take what she's saying, the evidence, and I make videos about that. And so that's what I was trying to tell him. I was like, okay, show me the evidence about me, because that's what I do. I take evidence about the people that I make videos about, and that's what I make my videos about. And he was like, okay, so, I made the jab at him. Wow, nice examples you gave me. And then he was like,
Just because you see interviews does not mean you know them. You do not know Brie Larson. You do not know her castmates you claim hate her. You do not know people in media you claim as idiots, NPCs, SJWs. You know as much about them as my dog.
and at this point I was like, this is kind of interesting, because I actually never made a video about her castmates claiming to hate her or anything. I never made a video about that. I actually made a video about that tonight, talking about Jeremy Renner and Brie Larson and that whole interview with them. But that was just because this guy is coming after me and complaining about me. So I was like, okay, I'm going to make more videos then. Let's see here. So, he apparently thinks that that I claim to know everything about these actors and their personal lives or whatever. That's basically what he's claiming here. He thinks that I apparently claim to know everything about them, which, and then I was like, okay, show me where I've said I know them. Show me where I said her castmates hate her. This was before I made the video tonight. Let me just remind you there. You need to actually present me with evidence. I know people like you don't like using facts and evidence to back up your claims, but it's a good thing to do. Because obviously I've never said anywhere in any of my videos that I know these actors and I know exactly what their personal lives are or whatever and stuff. So he was like,
So are you really going to sit there and deny you've never labeled anyone an NPC, SJW, or idiot?
So he's basically trying to swivel the conversation here. I was like, no, I'm not going to deny that, but that's not what you're asking. What I was asking you to present evidence for. So that conversation kind of ended right there, because he kind of ran into a brick wall right there. So let me see here. He went on to some other we went on to some other rant here. Let me see if I can find it here. I don't know if whatever happened with that part of the conversation. Hold on a second here, guys. Let me see if I can find it, because he had some more juicy stuff to say here, but maybe he deleted it. I think he might have deleted it, actually, which is a real shame. Let me go to my post, actually, because let me see. Did he delete it? Did he actually delete this? Okay, nope, I got it right here. Okay, so then this is kind of going back and stuff a little bit back into our conversation, and he was like, he was talking about how he apparently watched some of my crappy videos, and I was apparently talking about how I know these people and their personal lives and all that stuff, and then he was like basically saying that I was a hypocrite, and so I was like, okay, if you want the moral high ground, then go for it. I'll be the first person to tell you that I'm a person who needs Jesus, and that's what makes me a Christian. I'm not a good person, and you don't understand Christianity if you think that makes you a good person. If you think it makes you a good person. So it's basically like, okay, well, apparently you think that I think that I'm like a good guy or something. I'm not a good guy. I'll be the first person to tell you that I'm not a good guy, and that's why I need Jesus. And then he was like,
well, your goal is to be a shitty person.
Crap, I actually said it.
My goal is to be a good person. Am I? I don't know, but it's not for me to say, but I try to be.
This guy is a piece of work, let me tell you. So apparently now he understands my goals, my what I want to do with my life. He understands my everything, all my motives. He understands everything about me now. He understands everything about me. He knows that my goals are to be a person. And so I was like, well, I'll answer that for you. You are not a good person. And then I gave him a Bible verse that clearly says that. And I was like, I'm not a good person either. No one is. We can't be good people. It's only the power of the Holy Spirit working through us that enables us to do good. And so he said,
Did I say I was a good person? Let me read my tweet back.
okay, let's read his tweet back. Well, your goal is to be a person. My goal is to be a good person. Am I? I don't know. So basically, I could be a good person, and it's not for me to say, but I try to be. What a saint. What a saint. So that's what his tweet said. And then he says, no, I didn't. I said, I don't know. And that it's not even for me to decide what kind of a person I am. And I said, well, I'm answering that for you because the Bible very, very clearly has an answer for that, for your question that you're asking about whether you're a good person or not. And then he's like, fine, I'm not a good person. But as I said, at least I try to be. Do I always succeed? Absolutely not. But I try to learn from my mistakes. And then I was like, okay. Are you guys enjoying this drama so far? And then I was like, okay. How do you know it's my goal to be a person? You don't know what my goals are, what I do for my hobbies, what my family life is like, what my church life is like, what I like to eat, drink, what my sleeping schedule is like, what I do for work. Stop pretending that you know my life. And then basically he's just like,
tell you what, I'll stop pretending I know what your life is like when you stop pretending you know what other people's lives are like.
Even though I clearly pointed out earlier that I never made that claim, so I don't know where he's getting this from.
Sound fair? Every time you turn your camera on with the sole intention of bitching people out and being a piece of is you deciding you want to be a person.
So, there you go. That was half of the drama. Oh, we got more, guys. We have more. Let me tell you what. But I want to get back to the chat real quick and see what you guys are saying, and then we will continue on to episode 2 of today's Twitter drama. So let's get back to the chat here and see what you guys are up to here in the chat.